Now hold on, before we move forward, I'm still stuck on. You said Diddy and his mom and his auntie.
No.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, you can't just drop that and keep moving forward. Start talking about other stuff. Let's go.
His mom is really his auntie, has been claiming to be his mom this whole time. She's the one with the white nails. That's why he has that fetish. She's been picking him since he was adolescent because his daddy got killed when he was a baby.
Listen, they said Diddy been doing it to his mother, but it's not his mother. It's really his auntie. And they've been doing it together. Gross. She got on a white fingernail polish at the Diddy household. Apparently, there's a new accuser, and we know there are many. Over 1,500 women have called in, men and women, people, human beings. And since then, you know, some of the victims appear to be somewhat credible. I don't know how credible, but there seems to be some measure of credibility there. But anyway, we taking this to the Lionel B show, a pretty reputable source for information, not as reputable as yours truly. I'm not. The title of this video is Diddy's Accuser Exposes A-List Celebs and His Mom Caught on Tape. Him and his mama, both of them. Janice, we looking at you. What you done did to that boy?
Now peeps, I sat down today for a super exclusive interview with one of Diddy's accusers, Adria English. This is an interview that you don't want to miss. She revealed the dark secrets of working for Diddy, the feds telling her she was found on tapes with famous politicians, Diddy having threesomes with his mom, and more.
Pimped for fame. This is gonna be good.
How did you initially come in contact with Diddy?
Okay, it's a cute story. I'm from California. Prior, I had never been on the East Coast in my entire life. I had never been to Florida. I had never been to New York, nowhere on the East Coast. And a guy I was dating, Anthony Gallo, he's from Cali. We were both from Cali. He got an opportunity. He got scouted by a guy in LA who was a reputable scouting agent. It was initially Wilhelmina Models. And so they gave him the opportunity to come to New York for an audition. When he went out there, he ended up getting a lot of callbacks, but he was back in LA. And they said, well, you know, you're getting all these callbacks, but if you're gonna model for real, we need you out here. So he had never been on the East Coast either. So he was like, and at this time, my family had found out that I had did adult movies. Now, mind you, I had an ex-boyfriend, Jake Steed. He was my boyfriend at first, and he manipulated me into the adult film industry. I only did 8 movies in a 6-month period of my life in the year 1999, but those 8 movies in 6 months follow me to this day. And I signed.
All right. Now, I'm not trying to do any victim shaming, nothing of that nature. All I'm saying is she's got a very checkered little background going on, and it sounds like she's doing a lot of excuses. Nobody asked you about your sexual history, lady. We're not trying to, you know, I guess it might be a concern if it comes up later, but she's talking about her. If you're so ashamed of him, why you keep bringing him up? We didn't ask you that. We asked you how you met Diddy. You take us all the way back to L.A. and Jake Steed and all that.
I'm the one that gave Ray J and Kim Kardashian to connect. If you look at the production team, you can see we have the same production team. You see mine was filmed first. Me, Ray J, Brandy, we all grew up in the same church, the Church of Christ. Brother Norwood, their father is my vocal coach. So that's how.
And that's what I'm saying, the long roundabout story. How did you meet the diddler? And all this other stuff, Brandy Norwood, the father, Ray J, all that. You was holding the camera at the Kim Kardashian shoot. We didn't ask you that. We asked you, how'd you meet the diddler? It was a Wednesday. January 15th, 1992. That's how you start the story.
Of our church, my church from 9 years old had found out I had did adult movies. They brought it to the minister, who brought it to my parents. And when I came home from work, I was working as a telemetry technician in the critical care unit.
I don't even know what that is.
Hoag Hospital in Newport Beach. And when I came home from my shift, my parents had it on the big screen. Me with a it in my mouth.
Look, this nigga looking like, okay. Was it Diddy? How does this tie into anything I asked you?
And that was the same time Anthony got asked to move to New York. So I said, man, I'm going with you. And then when we got out there, Anthony was going to go see whatever. He ended up getting an audition with Ford Models, and then Ford signed him. That was Cassie Ventura's same agency. And so we were from Cali, and we had an apartment in the middle of Manhattan. So all the models in between their go-sees and their auditions would come hang out at our apartment. And we had the weed, and that's when weed was hella illegal. So we was from Cali, we had the weed. Anthony looked good. I was working at Larry Flint's Hustler Club, so I was already the hottest stripper because Manhattan is only 11 miles, about 13 miles. I'm from Cali, the West Coast. All the East Coast people grew up together. They don't know me and Anthony like that, so they're intrigued. I look good, he look good. It's 20 years earlier. I'm 46 right now. I'll be 47 in January. So imagine me in my 20s, you know what I'm saying? And that.
So tell us a little bit more about how you guys actually got into doing these Diddy parties and him propositioning your dude.
When me and Anthony got there, we had our own vision of what we would do if we ever met these certain people, Jay-Z, Diddy, and all that. And then Cassie did too. Her and Anthony were aspiring models. And Cassie wanted to sing and stuff. Anthony, he just more wanted to model, smoke weed, look good, get his dick up type shit. Cassie, she wanted to model, but she wanted to sing. She wanted to be an entertainer. And so we all had dreams to meet Diddy. So then, fast forward, Anthony ends up getting called to audition for Diddy for the Sean John campaign. So he never invites me along to his auditions or his go-sees, but this particular day he invited me because he knew I was a fan. Like, he knew I was going to be mad he went to the damn thing and you didn't take me, you know what I mean? Because I wanted to meet people and stuff. So, long story short, we sitting in the waiting room and one of his homeboys that frequents our apartment comes out of the thing and he's looking mellow mad, like, shh. And so low-key, me and Anthony laughing. We was like, he must not have booked it. Like, he's salty. Like, we laughing to each other, like, you know. And then they called him. And then when they called him, I'm like, yeah, you got this, my nigga. Like, you know, I'm dapping on you. And then that's when two-way pages was out. So when they called, I flipped my two-way up. So I'm on my two-way lining up some money for later on. All of a sudden, I just hear, man, fuck that. And the door that flew up, and it was, I'm like, what? And like Anthony is a very good-looking guy. His mother is, African-American black lady.
Oh man, he got diddled real quick.
His father is an Italian man, and actually the wine, Gallo wine, that's his family. And allegedly, his dad got basically shunned from his family for choosing up on a black woman, and he went on.
This lady does not know how to tell a story. Jesus Christ.
I have a few kids, and all of them are boys, and they're all very good-looking guys. But his dad chose to be poor to follow his heart and be with a black woman. And so, allegedly...
Nobody wants to hear this part of the story. What does that have to do with anything?
His dad still to this day...
Who got diddled?
I guess they underestimated him, thinking that because he was so good-looking that he go that way. So, he was more than offended. He was on some gangster shit. Like, he got me fucked up. So when we were in the elevator, I was like, man, what happened? He was like, man, he gave me that look like, man, shut the f-. And I was like, all right, because there was people in the elevator. So I was like, all right. So when we got, out the elevator, I'm like, what's up? I'm like, why you tripping? He was like, man, nigga asked me to suck his.
Whoa, already knew it's coming.
I said, who asked you to suck his? He said, Puffy. Who's calling Puffy?
Why did they choose this picture?
Damn, Puff. Well, I said, no, he didn't. And it broke my heart, broke an arm, and I was like, nah. And he was like, he asked me to suck his dick. I was like, oh. I was like, well then, I see why, you know what I mean? For sure, like, it's a wrap. But then, because I was a dancer, I'm also in the regular go-go club scene, and I ran into Tamiko Thomas, who ended up being, I call her a handler, one of Diddy's handlers, wranglers, and she approached me with opportunity to help me and Anthony out. If I would dance at Diddy's white parties, Anthony can go ahead and book the campaign.
She was like, I don't mind sucking. That's probably why she told the picture of the church thing in the front at first.
To dance at the white parties. Anthony booked the Sean John campaign. He was everywhere. He was on billboards, buses, bus stops, cabs, in the magazine, all at the same damn time. He was everywhere. But right now, if you go and try to Google any one picture of that Sean John campaign, Diddy done scrubbed it up.
That's true. I do kind of remember, dude. I think I remember him more than Sean John ass. A little bit. Or maybe Puff just had a lot of light-skinned niggas and shit.
Remember him whenever he eventually got that gig? Was he like, oh yeah, I remember you?
Yeah, because when he booked it, after they had like a lounge party where it was like a self.
Hold on, I missed something. I thought he asked me. So did he do it? Did he go earn that money? Like what? Did I miss something?
And she approached me with opportunity to help me and Anthony out. if I would dance at Diddy's white parties, Anthony can go ahead and book the campaign. I agreed to dance at the white parties. Anthony booked the Sean John campaign. When he booked it, after they had like a lounge party where it was like a celebration.
This definitely was a big skip.
Hey, the new campaign, that's all. And it was a very small lounge, like only the models was there, the creative director, the photographer, Diddy, a couple other people, and that's it. And so you went over it. So it was kind of like, thank you for letting your girl work my parties. You know what I mean? You came out great, my nigga. He didn't say my nigga. He said, what did he say? You came out great, my guy.
Man, she running that Jaguar right play. Come on now. This just seems crazy. He insulted him in a huge way, but yet somehow he still got the gig. So it sounded to me, are you trying to say that old boy, went and got picked up he was on the campaign.
Played on my heart. It's called Coercion of the Heart. When I told him that I rap and I sang, he said I was dope. And he said he was going to bring me and I had a girl group out. Like, I'm the Beyonce of my group. They even told you that I was the dopest one. And it's called Coercion of the Heart. And he played on the fact that he knew I liked to rap, sing, and perform. And that's why he would bring me back year after year saying, you're getting closer, like initiation, you're getting closer on the way out.
So if I understand correctly, so basically he had you setting up people, man. Some of his high profile people, he had you go over there so he can get video of certain.
No, he wouldn't say go over there so I can get video. He would hire me to work as a go-go dancer. They had 3 stages, positioned throughout his mansion. It was where he lived. It was his residence. It wasn't a club. It wasn't a lounge. And so it was just makeshift stages, 3 stages set up in his house, like for us to be checkpoints. Like my stage was over by the bar. Tamiko's stage was over by the food. Old girl's checkpoint was over there by the rooms if you wanted to go do something. So it's like, I think he kind of told the guests, hey, if you want to drink, look for, just look for a stage and you're going to find something you need. You know what I mean? So we were elevated above the crowd. And so, but we were instructed to only drink from certain liquor bottles. It's the girls' champagne, it's the guys' champagne. Girls don't drink the guys' champagne, girls don't drink the boys' champagne. And all the champagne was laced with ketamine, like horse tranquilizer, ecstasy. That's not allegedly. We were all doped up. And to this day, I believe we all, and I know I do, have a chemical imbalance. Like whenever I drink anything, it could be 1 glass of wine, all of a sudden I'm a stripper, I'm a P-star, like on my mind, I just black out and I'm that. I'm She Diddy.
Oh, wow.
Orlando Brown running around like I'm Puff. He not really act like it to everybody else. Everybody looking like he want attention, like he wilding, like, but it's something about when he drugged you that he stood over you, like infusing himself into you while you laid there unconscious, and it's like it became a part of you, because after.
Puffy on some voodoo type stuff, like he on. Can we believe it? Maybe he did something to her mind. Maybe the drugs messed her up.
They started calling me She Diddy. They're like, man, she act like Diddy. She just like Diddy. And hence, I've been She Diddy for the last 20 years. So I feel Orlando.
What?
Be like, man, I'm Puff. It's nice to meet you, I'm Puff. Because when we get faded, like, it's like he come out in us, like, and that's forever.
You think he put maybe his DNA or something kind of strange into that concoction?
Yeah.
Come on, Lionel, don't back her up on this. Come on.
It was like that.
That's that blackout drinking.
Right, but he had
anything.
imagine everybody blacked out though. It doesn't matter if you a celebrity or, that's why J-Lo left the country. He had her sticking bottles and stuff up in my homegirl, and she was only 11 years old. She the girl that they put on the private jet. They her with the jelly beans. They put on the private jet. They took her to the studio in New York, and then had the nerve.
What? This is getting wow.
Dress her up in a D&G sweater, do her hair, put makeup on her, and take a picture like a trophy. She only 11 years old in that picture, and that's not a legend. Then that's the same girl that in the magazine is laying on the table butt naked with fruit and food and stuff off of her, and we all eating off of her. I sucked the strawberry off her. She 14 years old, laying.
Anybody make you suck no strawberries?
Table. She had a body like a grown woman. You don't think anybody's looking at that thinking that's a kid laying there. You're assuming it's a grown woman. So he made everybody be with a minor, against your will, and he recording the shit. Same girl needed to do a number 2, on stage. She performing. She told him, I need to go off stage. I need to use the bathroom. He told her no. She ended up shitting on stage. It was a wet. Went everywhere. And Denzel walked, grabbed up his wife, mobbed up to Diddy and was like, man, you don't respect nobody. Had to run up out there. That's the incident they're talking about with Denzel Washington. Had to run up out of there.
So that's why Denzel and his wife left that party, because of that
Because
incident.
she shit on stage
Okay, lady.
in front of everybody. And then Diddy took her to a room and beat her ass because she shit on stage. Then he would only give her water baths and not.
How do you know all this information? You followed the whole time, seen her go upstairs, get the water bath?
Wash with soap. I'm gonna say allegedly because she's still Jane Doe right now. I'm gonna say allegedly. You know what I mean? It's allegedly. But she wants a DNA on 2 of his kids because they took 2 babies out of her. They kept her locked up and they had her babies at the house. The 2 babies they took out of her stomach. That's not allegedly.
Damn.
And allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly, she had a threesome with Diddy and his own mama / auntie. And
What? This lady know a lot of information. Oh, so she say.
a threesome with Nelly and Diddy. That's not alleged.
No.
Allegedly. Sorry, Ashanti. I love you, Ashanti. Congratulations on the ability. I love y'all together. It was 20 years ago. Don't get mad at 20. We talking about 20 years ago. Don't get emotional. We just telling our truth, people. Please don't.
Now hold on, before we move forward, I'm still stuck on. You said Diddy and his mom and his auntie.
No.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, you can't just drop that and keep moving forward. Start talking about other stuff. Let's go.
His mom is really his auntie, has been claiming to be his mom this whole time. She's the one with the white nails. That's why he has that fetish. She's been picking him since he was adolescent because his daddy got killed when he was a baby. As soon as he had adolescent, he resembled his dad. So she started picking him. She's the one that picked his head up initially. That's why, allegedly. I might be talking too much.
Nah, go ahead. Keep going. We loving this.
Yeah, but, allegedly, that's why he took Kim Porter out, because he has sex with his daughters, allegedly. The twins. The whole family has sex. The same girl, I was telling you about that, the Jane Doe, the 11 and 14-year-olds, the same girl he made strap Justin Bieber down, and she had to strap him down while Diddy and 2 of his sons took turns, and she had to sit there and watch, and Justin Bieber was crying and begging to be let up. And when she went,
Okay, all right. Is this real? Let me know what you think in the chat. I don't know. They saying Diddy mama is his aunt and his aunt is his mama. Don't cut his dick off, dog. Perhaps her actions and the way that she talks is a symptom of her past abuse, but it makes it a little bit difficult to believe in a person when you have all kind of other wild allegations. You know what I mean? Like if you got diddled, but you also met aliens, don't bring up the aliens. Bring up the diddle. Leave the aliens for another. That's another show.